the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, everybody! Courtney Henderson here. We are doing a special spotlight on today with rich kid of Beverly Hills, Jonny Drubel.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I love being here already. It's cool.
Good.
Love the lighting. It's fantastic. The only thing I'm missing is my hair product.
Oh, well.
I ran out today.
If I had some, I would share, but I don't even have any with me.
Shit.
So
Can we
next
swear?
time.
Can I swear?
I mean, you just did, so.
Okay, I'm going to stop after that. Oh,
you
God.
get a one-word quota.
I'm already getting text from my publicist right now. Well,
I want to dig right in.
Do it.
You're on the show, Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, but very openly not, born and raised in Beverly Hills.
Yes, very.
So, how did that happen?
I was born and raised in New Hampshire. Actually, I was born in Houston, Texas, but I was raised in New Hampshire. And so I moved out to LA when I was 18 to go to school. I went to the Marymount University. And that is actually where I met Dorothy, who went to USC.
Okay.
And so just through the grapevine and kind of a school's intermingling, and one of my good friends who grew up with me in Hanover met her. She introduced herself to me. I'm not even joking. The first night we met, we didn't separate the whole weekend. She slept over at my place. We went to Barney's together. We did the whole green grass thing. We went out to clubs. I'm not even joking. And ever since then, we literally have been very, very good friends ever since. And that was a long time ago. Long time ago.
I love that.
And then obviously Roxy was friends with her, so I know Roxy very well. And then Morgan just through the scene. And Brendan, I've actually known the longest because Brendan was good friends with my sister's ex-boyfriend. Yes.
The dirt on Brendan.
Yes.
I love this.
Yes. So yeah, it's how we're all kind of intermingled.
So you have some sisters. Are any of them out west?
No, my whole family's back east.
All of them.
I'm repping the East Coast in the show.
You really are.
I'm bringing the prep. I'm bringing the wasp, although I'm Jewish.
And I feel like, although you're Jewish, I feel like with EJ now this year as a full cast member, he's got a little New York in him.
Oh, yes, he does.
I mean, so, we're bringing the East Coast west.
Yes, the East Coast is coming west, and with him it's coming full force.
Yes.
Because he does not take it from anyone, and that's what I love about the guy, though.
Oh, my gosh. I hope to get him in here.
Oh, yes, you should.
Because he's just
amazing.
a star. And
he's amazing.
So how is it having him on the show now, another gay guy on the show, kind of repping that part of your life a little bit more, and again, full force?
Full force. I mean, honestly, I always say the gayer the better.
Yeah.
You can put 5 gay guys on a show for all I care. I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all the girls would love it. Brendan would love it. You know what I mean? It's fun to have another gay guy on the show because, again, we relate in a different way than I would with, let's say, Morgan, Roxy, or Dorothy.
Of course.
It's just the way it goes. And, again, EJ's younger than I am. And, I've been through a lot more. And I've experienced a lot more in the gay community and what it's like to be a gay man. So I kind of look at him like I'm his older gay brother in a weird way.
You've taken him under your wing.
Yes, and we just went out. I just took him to a gay bar a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "I had the best time. Oh my God!" And I was like, "Exactly, it's so much fun." Because gay guys kind of go through this thing where they're kind of. I'm not saying he was nervous to go out. They just don't want to do it. You go to the straight clubs, all your friends, all blah.
Yeah.
You're having fun. Why would you want to change that up? You go to meet new people. And that's nervous for anyone. So I took him out. He loved it. Had a blast.
Where'd you go?
We went to Penthouse in West Hollywood. I know it sounds very risque. But we tore up that club. Tore it up. Till it closed.
Have you been to Pump?
I have been to Pump. I like Pump. I actually love Lisa Vanderpump. She's very, very sweet. And you know what I like about her? She's always working there. It's not
always there, really.
Put her name on that thing. She's in there every evening, making sure everyone's food is coming out, doing her thing. The service is running great. I give her credit for that.
They have food there.
They have a limited menu.
Okay, more
I'll
like
be
bar
very
food.
honest. No shade to Lisa. They should expand the menu.
Okay.
But the drinks are fantastic. You know, go for a drink, go for an appetizer, see what's going on. It's fun. It's a great atmosphere, and it's what West Hollywood really needed.
Good. I haven't been yet. I'm
should
like
go.
trying to get my friends to go with me.
It's gorgeous inside.
So
gorgeous.
I
inside.
will. I've seen the outside. I've driven by, and it just looks
It's
gorgeous.
really, really, really pretty. It's very Restoration Hardware meets like the Hamptons. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
So you feel a little bit at home then? Did
Exactly.
you grow up going to the Hamptons?
I've been to the Hamptons a bunch of times. I grew up more going to like Maine and Kennebunkport and all those places. Very bush country.
Yes.
Although I'm a tree hugger. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm not into the whole like Republican. Nothing against that, but that's just not me. You know?
Yeah,
but,
of course.
You know, staying next to the Bush compound. That's what we were doing. You know, it's a couple hours away, so
Next
it was
to
easy.
it.
Yeah, stone throw away.
Yeah.
But not too close because again, we just scream liberal.
Right.
And this is the
You
Secret
do.
The Secret Service was just like I and
Who's
us.
that?
Yeah.
Who's that Johnny guy?
Who's that queen?
And was it earlier this year you started the Coming Out Matters campaign?
Yes.
And so, what made you decide to do that?
Honestly, it was basically on, it's going to sound cheesy, but it was based off my own experience. Before I'd come out, I was I was in a bad place. I was extremely overweight. At the age of 16, I was really 350 pounds, very overweight, gay in the closet, sitting in my parents' basement every day, just like really upset, dark place. And all I really wanted was someone to relate to. And I didn't have that. And I'm, now that I have a platform to do something with it, I said, hey, why don't I build something so that kid who's sitting in his basement, who feels very alone, who can't relate to anyone, can finally relate to someone. And it's an everyday person. You don't have to be, a familiar face to do a video. You can be anyone, because again, your story could really change the mind of someone else. You know what I mean? And it could be some story in Kentucky that changes the mind of some kid in Nebraska. And they'll relate on that aspect. And when you relate to someone, you realize you're not alone, and you'll feel so much better about it. And that's the whole point of Coming Out Matters.
I love it. I went to the site and spent a little bit of time there. I watched your coming out video.
Thank you.
And got a little taste of kind of what it is all about.
Yep.
And it had me thinking, honestly, about, do I have somebody whose story I know well enough to go share, as somebody that is not gay, but supporting of my friends that are.
Exactly.
So I've kind of my wheels turning, and all my friends, I'm like, okay, I got to tell him and him and him. Because I have a friend, Mason, in town, who he has the Gay Matchmakers Club here in LA. So, Millionaire
runs a matchmaker?
Yes. Would you ever want him to match you?
Give me his number. I'm not even joking.
I'll give it to you off
We're
here.
going to do it.
I will. We will. Oh my gosh, I love it.
That is amazing. And that's going to be
huge.
It's going to be amazing.
He started it in the past about 6 months.
Perfect.
He did matchmaking, but now he specializes. He got one of the matchmaking services that approved him basically to start their own gay division.
And that's actually hard
all
to do.
That it is.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's not an easy demographic to do. If he's been approved,
So,
he's doing something right.
Yes, he's got
Done.
the matchmaking agency, and I don't even know which one it is, but they approved him. There's go for it. And he's started connecting with some of the other matchmakers across the country. And yes, and you wrote that article about the do's and don'ts
on my blog.
On your blog,
yes.
Which this is a little bit of a tangent, but Morgan is the one on the show known for blogging.
Yes, she is.
But little Johnny over here has quite the blog.
Little Johnny's is very premature. Little Johnny's is very premature to Boobs and Lubes. Boobs and Lubes has been going for years. And I will never be a Boobs and Lubes. Boobs and Lubes is Morgan's baby, and I love.
Yes.
I've been a loyal reader of hers for years.
Yes.
I mean, when I was in college, I was reading her shit and dying. I literally would pick her over Perez, when Perez was really, really hot. You know what I mean? But mine is actually just very different and more. It's not like mine's just more of from my experience, what I think I could help gay youth through.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the WeHo queen that thinks he's the hot shit, because that's not going to change. He's always going to think he's hot shit. I'm talking about, people that are struggling with, their body, or, having sex, or coming out, or, why they can't find love. And again, it's everything that I struggle with. And I'm just hoping that, these blog posts, which shockingly enough have been crazily responded to. I'm not joking. You should see my inbox on my WordPress. It's just hundreds of comments, and of course I'm OCD enough to where I have to respond to everyone.
Of course you do.
So it takes time.
I've seen even in the public comments when people write, you know, it's like comment, author, comment, author, and I'm just like, and you're writing paragraphs.
Because again, it's like this little kid who's sitting there, and I just want to make sure that he knows that he's being heard. You know what I mean? Because everyone deserves to be heard.
Well, and so I noticed on your blog or website as well that you have the Ask Jonny.
I just launched that yesterday. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
So if you have a question for Mr. Jonny Drubel, you can go to his website, which is just jonnydrubel.com. And you can ask him a question, and you heard it here first. He's OCD enough that he will respond himself.
I will respond. And actually, I've gotten, in the past like 24 hours, like some odd amount of questions. But out of those questions, a majority of them are the same question.
Of course.
And I'm writing a blog post about it. And it's interesting is because I want to know why, and I think about it a lot. And these blog posts don't just come like once, oh, I'm done. I do like 15 edits, and I think about
I can
process. Like it's like a process. And so I sit there and I think, and my next blog post I think is going to be about a little tidbit, why gay men fall so easily for the unavailable man. Whether it's a man in a relationship, whether it's a man in a long distance, whether it's a man in an open relationship. These relationships will go nowhere.
Right.
There is no hope for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
This man is in a relationship. Now, you tell me this, gay, straight, whatever. When has a man ever left that person for the third person?
Very rarely, if ever.
Very, very rarely. So what is it?
And do you really want to be in a committed relationship with the guy that does?
Exactly. Why would you
or the girl, depending on your situation?
Why would you want to be in a situation like that? Because if he's doing it to someone else, he's going to do it to you.
Yeah, that's how I've always felt.
Exactly. If you have an open relationship, I mean, to me, I have a whole liberal process in this. If you have an open relationship and the two of you can understand that there's just whatever.
Yeah, it's an agreement you made.
It's an agreement. That's fine. No emotional attachment. But the third party is going to be attached, no matter what. And that's where I think it's a very interesting topic, and it's very, very common in the gay community. Very common.
And so that's something that came from the Ask Jonny. Just in the last 24 hours.
Because I've got 4 or 5 of them in a row, and I'm like, bam, that is such a good idea, because I didn't really think about that, but I'll be very honest with you. My first relationship was with someone who had a husband. Only because I didn't know he did.
Of course.
I did not know he did. He lived in Houston, and fuck, he's gonna kill me. Oh, excuse me. He lived in Houston, and I met him there at a country club, very waspy. And we kind of just really hit it off, and we fell in love, and we started traveling together and all this stuff. And, you know, I lived here, so I never really went to Houston, so I never thought about it until finally something took over, and I decided to just Google him. And I was like, oh my God. This is after 6 months of dating him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt so betrayed, but what's really scary is I went back.
Really?
Yeah, because he said, you know, I'm in an open relationship, blah, blah. We don't do that anymore. But still, how do you think that's going to make me feel? You know what I mean?
Right, because you don't want to be in an open relationship.
Not at all. And I don't want to be the third wheel.
No.
I'm not the bridesmaid. I'm the bride.
Heck yes.
Exactly.
Heck yes. Cheers to that. I can drink
I'll
to
drink
that.
to that. I should have brought that damn wine. I was told not to.
Oh, well.
Next time.
We can go grab a drink after.
Yes, we will. Next time.
So I also want to talk about what brought you to LA, which was, well, when you were younger, it says 10, you love music, and you started singing.
Love music.
And started writing, fell in love with singing sacred songs.
Yes.
Did you grow up going to church?
Grew up going to synagogue.
Synagogue, of course.
Yes.
Synagogue,
Bar mitzvah and all.
You did?
A bar mitzvah,
Look at you.
And we did the Shabbat every Friday when I was at home. Yes. Fun fact, I'm going to my grandma's bat mitzvah on Monday.
What?
80. Bat mitzvah. Yes. Like, that's amazing. That's it. Like, that's life right there. Can you imagine?
Is it not? And because it's usually like a 12-year-old boy?
It's usually like a 13.
13, that's
12,
right.
No, 12, 13. It's just a matter of like the timing and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's usually 12, 13, 14. So.
But girls get it too.
Girls, that's the bat mitzvah.
Oh.
Yes. So.
And Granny just decided it's
Grandma
time?
Sandra is doing it, and I'm very happy for her. Very excited.
Good.
Very excited.
Oh, I can't wait. You have to blog about that.
Oh, yes. I'm flying out to Houston tomorrow. Yeah, to see her. I'm excited.
Yay.
Yes.
But so music. Focus. So you fell in love with music, and you moved here early. You graduated high school early, so you could come out here. And what made you decide to come to Los Angeles instead of
New York.
Going New York, yeah, Juilliard, etc.
Well, okay, I applied to Juilliard, I applied to Oberlin, all the conservatories.
At like what, 17 then?
Literally at 17.
Okay.
I was taking German and Italian to apply there because you have to have 2 language requirements.
Oh.
And I ended up being out here for a wedding, a cousin's wedding. I met with a voice teacher named Seth Riggs. Seth Riggs is Michael Jackson's voice, was Michael Jackson's voice teacher. I mean, everyone discovered Josh Groban. I mean, the list could go on and on and on. Celine Dion, whatever you want to say. He's taught everyone.
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
I know. So he's big in the business, and when someone like that says, "Graduate, come out, I want to work with you," you're gonna do it.
You are gonna do it.
So I did it. I came out here, and it was going very, very well for a very long time. And I started singing, and I loved the singing aspect of it. But what I discovered through this woman named Penny Framstead, who I met through Seth, great writer, she taught me that I love to write music because it's very, very, very therapeutic for me. Very, very therapeutic. And I love being the kind of creative type. I'm that kind of, off center, that kind of guy.
Yeah.
And
I don't see you working a 9 to 5.
I'm not doing the 9 to 5 thing, not at all. I will do everything in my power not to do the 9 to 5.
Right.
I've done it before, and it was not fun. Not for me. It is for some people. I'm not talking shit on it, but it's not for me. But she taught me how to write music. It's a craft. And so I literally would sit there with her probably 8 or 9 hours a day for years and just sit and listen to how she wrote music. And I started doing it on my own. And then all of a sudden people started asking me to write for them and doing all this stuff for them. The next thing I know, I had a publishing deal and going there and writing stuff for electro pop people in Europe and then coming back here and getting stuff placed on MTV, VH1, CBS, getting stuff placed on NBC, all this kind of stuff. So it was great. And I started making a lot of money from it. But of course, in the music business, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Right, it's not stable.
I don't like the instability of the paychecks there, you know what I mean? Especially coming from the Jewish parents, they want to be the doctor. That wasn't happening. I'm not going to medical school. I'm not going to law school. So I went to school and I kept doing music, but then, things happen and I'm still writing and I'm not doing it as much only because my schedule started to get more full with things like this, which I love doing. And again, my blog is another form of me being creative. And I've realized that as long as I can be creative, I'm a very happy person.
Yes.
Very happy person.
And it makes sense writing. I mean, it's writing music versus writing this blog or any other type of writing that you end up doing. Who knows in the future?
Exactly.
And so with writing then, do you play any instruments?
I play piano.
You play piano? Oh my gosh. I think I'm in love with you.
I'm no John Legend. I'm no, I can't do that. When I say I play piano, I can play with writing chords. My roommate hates me, so it doesn't sound gorgeous, but it's very like... But
you can pick out a melody.
Well, I can sing
lyrics.
a melody in my head.
Okay.
I can pick up. All right, well that'll be a C to a A minor to the 1, the 4, the 5. All that stuff.
Yeah, I totally know.
Well, I mean that's because again, songwriting the 1, the 4, the 5, and it's all that. That's very, very simple writing where you add the sus and all that kind of stuff. People are kind of shocked when they talk to me and I actually kind of know what I'm talking about, and they're like.
I mean, circle of fifths.
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
Bass,
yes, look at you. Yes, yes.
I'm just gonna throw out these terms.
But the problem with me is that I'm severely dyslexic.
Really?
So I can't do the whole and play. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I used to play shows actually at Room 5 on La Brea.
I mean, we should get this to happen again.
Oh my God!
Just
you know who would be there?
I would.
Dorothy.
Really?
Dorothy was always at my first shows. Would always show up. Yeah. And Roxy.
Well,
Roxy was
it's a
there
party.
too. Yeah, it was a party. It was a party. I was scared less,
out of your
but
mind.
it was because I get stage fright. That's also why I started to write. But
so, because in looking at this stuff and kind of learning more about you, I feel like if I worked so hard and I wrote a song, that it would be my baby, and I wouldn't be able to let it go and have somebody else sing it. So it sounds like that's.
It's actually the exact opposite for me because I am actually people don't understand this. I'm very shy. Really, really shy. So when I can write something and know I'm not going to be the one singing it, I'll write whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Like inner diva queen comes out.
Exactly. And I think there are not a lot of gay writers in the business. I mean, there are, you know what I mean? A lot of gay men writers, but every time I walk into a room, my selling pitch is, listen, I'm gay. Who understands a female better than a gay man? Who understands what a female wants to sing, wants to hear, how they want to feel by the end of a song better than a gay man? And every producer says, no one.
Right.
So
that's who's designing our clothes.
And it goes, exactly. And we understand the emotional aspect of a female, and that's what... You know, that's what I do best. I write a very, very good love pop ballad.
And why do you think that is, that gay men who don't want a woman romantically can understand them so much better than the guy that actually wants and needs to kind of establish that relationship? You know what I mean?
Say it again.
So I feel like it's kind of known that, gay men are better with women, and they know, like, the key to a woman's heart and how to woo a woman, but they don't care about wooing a woman and taking her home and
You want to know why?
dating her.
Because we want the same thing as women.
Ah.
I want to be wooed. I want to be, I want to have someone kind of chase after me, although I don't believe in the whole
You
chasing
want Prince Charming.
things. I want that. I want to feel that spark. I want someone to send me flowers. I do. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of by any means, but it's something that I would like, because I don't believe that, that old-fashioned love is gone. If I told you some of the romantic stories that I heard from my grandma, you would die. Literally.
Well, don't kill me with your love stories.
The love stories are like, oh my God, quickly, not to get off topic, my grandpa, they were introduced via letters. And they said, let's meet in New York. She lived in Houston, he lived in Duluth or something. Let's meet in New York for the first time. I'll take you to a Broadway show. Which one do you want to go to? My grandma, she's a G, loves it, Russian, powerful woman. She goes, I want tickets to every show on Broadway for that weekend. My grandpa
every show I can get tickets to.
Worked tirelessly to get every single ticket to every single show on Broadway. So when he showed up, he had tickets to every show, front row.
Oh my gosh.
That
no wonder they're
is a man.
Still together.
That's a man. That is a man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a man.
Well, I have some talking to my boyfriend to do.
Yes, you do. And I will talk to him for you.
Will you?
Yes.
He actually does pretty good.
I'm sure he does.
He does good. I mean, I just had my birthday and I got a helicopter ride and a limo to dinner with my 12 closest friends. What? Yeah.
And you're complaining?
I'm not complaining.
I'm out. I can't with this.
No. He does well.
Yes, he does.
He does well. So that's why, he sticks around. I keep him around.
Good for you.
And it is long distance. And so, I have my own ideas about that.
Long distance?
I mean, because it's kind of like you were saying, it's not for everybody,
Not for everyone.
Like the open relationship, it's not for everybody. But, if you can find the way that it works for you, more power to you.
My experience at long distance is that the reason I kept them long distance is because I was very scared to have them around me all the time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That might not be the case for you, whereas he could be here all the time and it wouldn't matter, but jobs are keeping them, whatever it might be in the way, A, B, and C. But for me, it's I didn't want him close. For some reason, I was scared.
But you're
to
done
have
with
him close.
that. You're ready to have somebody here.
I'm ready to have someone
Meet
in
the
LA.
friends.
Meet the friends. Do the whole thing. I love it. I always say I want someone to go to Sunday brunch with.
Yes, I love that.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Who doesn't love Sunday brunch with their
boyfriend?
person?
And they go on a double date. With all my friendly couples, and I feel like that's. I see everyone, especially my friends, with Morgan. Everyone's kind of talking to people. Blah blah. I want to be able to talk to someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went on a date yesterday, and it was fun, but it was just there was no spark.
Okay.
I'm looking for that.
Yeah, of course.
That spark.
So, do you think that doing the show has kind of changed your dating life?
In a way, I'll be very honest. I think that if you talk about the show too much, I won't pay attention to you. I won't, because it's clear that, you know what I mean? If they bring up Dorothy or Morgan, all the gays love Morgan.
Of course.
They love her. They always call Morgan their spirit animal. And I'm just I don't know if that's some kind of fetish thing. I don't know what's going on with that, but she loves it. Yeah. So
of course she does.
But if you bring it up too much, but again, I think that you got to give people the benefit of the doubt because people aren't used to it, and if you feel that connection, people will get over it. I think that people, it's a small part of what I actually do in real life, but it's my job. So they say, what do you do? I'm in entertainment. Oh, what do you do? I'm on a TV show. Okay, cool. Next,
So do you still find guys that don't know who you are?
100%. Oh my God, yeah.
And you love that.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best.
It's kind of let me just tell you.
Oh, I never say anything.
Good.
Never say anything.
Yeah.
Never.
You hook them first.
I say I'm in entertainment. What do you do? I work in TV.
I love that.
That's not a lie.
No, it's
I don't believe in lying. That's not a lie.
Even a lie.
What do you do in TV?
Yeah.
I work on a show called Rich Kids of Beverly Hills.
They don't know if you're in production. They don't know.
If I'm
Yeah.
in production. They don't think, so it's perfect. I'm done.
But so have you ever had one of them go check out the show, kind of like an interest, and then be like, you didn't tell me you're a cast member?
Yeah. That's happened before. It's wait, and they'll send me screenshots, and I'm just you picked the fat angle. You didn't like me, and then you picked the fat angle. Kick me while I'm down.
So what is the typical day in the life of you?
The typical day in the life of me is not something you'll probably expect. The typical day in the life of me is I get up at like 5:30 a.m.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
I get up, I go to the gym. I start work at 7 for a marketing firm out of New York that I've worked for the past 4 years. I'm a content manager for them, and so I'm on East Coast time.
Look at you.
So I manage all their content for our business authors.
When you say content, social media?
No, I do not do social. I started with social media, and I do content. So I basically publish all their blog posts. So we have about 15. We have about 15 clients, and so they publish to their blogs. Examiner, Huffington Post, etc. And then after I'm done with that, I focus on a new path that I'm taking. I just signed papers with a new social media company called Browsen, and what I'm doing is I'm advising them for their launch. We're doing a soft launch for this new social media company, and it's the first of its kind in that it basically is a search engine meets social media like platform. And what it does is it allows you, the user, to basically catalog, archive, and control what others see about you on the internet. So when you go to Google, they can type in Jonny Drubel, and there'll be hundreds of articles that I would not want people seeing about me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Browsen allows you to take away those articles and create a profile of everything that you want people to see. And it's not just for famous people. It's not whatever. It's not people on TV, whatever. It's not for the Paris Hilton. It's not for everyone. Because think of it this way. Let's say if you're on eHarmony and you want to meet up with a guy, you don't know if he's actually him. All right, well, how do you clarify that's him? Basically, you say, okay, John Smith. Okay, you type in John Smith to Browsen. Oh, that is his picture. Oh, there's his Facebook. It's all verified. It's all vouched for. That's actually him.
Right.
It's perfect. And you see everything about him on there that he wants you to see.
Right.
And all the bad stuff is gone. You know what I mean? So it's perfect. It's very, very cool.
Very nice.
So we're getting people to join the launch. I'm excited because we're doing a lot of people with a big social media influence. So we have people like Neo. We have, obviously, Morgan, the cast, getting EJ on. Who else do we have? We have Michael Costello, the fashion designer, very big. Lily Galici, who's a good friend of mine. So reaching out to some big people right now. It's exciting.
Yay.
So that's the second part of my day. And then at that time, that's when I usually take calls for Coming Out Matters, etc., and doing all that stuff.
Okay.
I try to fit in some social time.
And so when does your day end as far as the work part of your day?
The work part of my day ends at around 5.
Around 5.
Yeah, so it's like a 12-hour day.
Yeah, that's a long day. Yeah. And then what do you do?
And then
depends on the day?
Depends on the day. Depends if I'm dieting. Because if I'm dieting,
Which
I'm not
I
going
saw
out.
your tweet earlier today.
Oh my God.
It's time.
I don't know what happened, but I swear to God, I just got comfortable gaining 4 or 5 pounds a week. I don't know what happened.
I'm not laughing because it's you, but I'm laughing because it's like, you're like, I will never weigh more than this number.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get like a pound over it and you're like, I will never weigh more than 5 pounds bigger than that number.
Or like you'll buy a pant size up because you went up a pant size. I will never go above this pant size.
Yeah.
Well, I'm squeezing into them now. It's like I'm wearing I don't know what girls do to cover up love handles, but guys will do T-shirts with pants with like an overshirt over it. You know what I mean? Like a Ralph Lauren, like, you know, like that kind of thing.
The button up, open up, or something like that.
Exactly. That's my signature right now.
I think girls, it's dresses or the flowy tops because those are so popular.
Yeah, love the flowy top. Yes,
so, I mean, you can hide. It's funny because he'd kill me, but my boyfriend hates those tops.
Oh my God, why?
Because of that. Because he's just like, well, I mean, you know, when you're a guy and you're single and you're, you know, trying to date, and of course, image is part of attraction, and so it's kind of like you can't really tell what you're working with.
Cannot at all.
Because you can hide it.
That's
you know?
true.
And people always think that I'm much taller or much thinner than I actually am, and I'm like, it's because I know how to dress myself.
Exactly. You have to know how to dress yourself, but you're very tall and you're very thin.
Well, you know, we're not on the beach right now, Johnny.
Honey, I could not be on the beach right now either. No. I retired for pool season. Well, I retired in June. I retired in June. I went to one in May. I was like, all right, that's it. I'm done.
I am so done with this.
There's no point. No point.
I think I retired in June as well.
Right?
Yeah.
And LA goes to October.
I know.
That's crazy.
But you know, maybe we could catch like the tail end of it. There's still time.
I'll try. Because I'm really honest. When I diet, I'm really, really good. And you know, Dorothy knows this very well about me. She knows if I'm dieting. She knows not to ask me out for dinners. She knows not to ask me out for meals. She'll come over. She'll hang out with me, but I will not eat out.
Right.
I'll do my
too
best
tempting.
not to eat out. I'll go out for birthday dinners. Like I have one tonight I have to go to at, you know, Zinc, the new place in WeHo. Very, very cute. But I have a hard time saying no to certain things like chips, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I went to Mexican last night with like Morgan and Brendan and pretty much the whole cast. Dorothy had some business thing going on. But I did not have one chip. I was so proud of myself.
Bravo. Seriously.
Yeah.
No bread or no chips and salsa or chips and guac when you're doing that is the hardest
It's the hardest
part of
thing.
It.
It's so funny. No one else in this cast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Morgan, Roxy, Brendan are all like, great. And I'm just like,
right.
I dare you to say it again.
But do they kind of eat?
They eat healthy.
They eat healthy for the most part?
They eat healthy for the most part, yeah.
I mean, because, every once in a while we'll see they tweet or they talk about, their pasta night or their this night.
Well, Roxy's sister is a very big health guru.
Oh,
very,
okay.
very big health
I didn't
guru.
know.
Yes, talk to her about it tomorrow. She has a whole big blog on how you glow. And it's basically just how, it's a whole...
That's her sister. Okay,
natural,
I've heard of How You Glow. I did not know that was Roxy's
Tara
sister.
Salati, yeah. I've been reading that for a long time. All these tips. I love the Mandy Moore post. Loved it. It was amazing. Because Mandy, you don't think about Mandy Moore, but when you think of her, she actually does a really pretty skin. She's
Very
always
nice.
fit. You know what I mean? Good. It was a great
She's not
post.
one of those people that's kind of been too fat or too thin in the media.
Exactly.
As
She's
far
not
as their standards.
Out doing cocaine
others.
Lohan.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. Lohan's doing fine now. Thank God. I loved the Own Special. Not talking shit on her.
But.
Yeah, but.
Mandy kind of has always kept it together.
Mandy kept it cash.
Yes.
Exactly.
Good. Well, I don't even know what else to ask you. I feel like.
Did we get it?
We've gotten it.
Good.
I feel like I have, there's just perfect little you in a box.
This is well, I'm waiting for the setup now with the matchmaker.
Oh my gosh, this will happen. I can't wait for you to blog about that.
Oh yeah.
So tell our viewers where they can find you on your social media.
Social media, Facebook, just facebook.com/Jonny Drubel, JonnyDrubel. Twitter is Jonny Drubel, again spelled the same way, and Instagram is Jonny Drubel. I make it very easy for you guys.
I love that.
Very easy.
Very easy. Very nice.
Yes, and Rich Kids of Beverly Hills every Sunday night, 10 p.m. only on E.
Only on E.
Yes.
Which our boss, Maria Menounos, is now on E with you.
Yes, I love Maria.
So, yes.
She's great.
She is. We
Yes.
love her here.
She's
So,
great.
thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I am your host, Courtney Henderson. I can be found on Instagram and Twitter at Cohen, which is Couhen. Thank you so much for joining us for Spotlight On.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.